Okay, you guys, what is up, King? Oh, King of Lightning here today to do One Piece. Wow. One Piece, episode 651 review. Now, of course, the link to the episode will be in the description box down below, where on OnePieceOfficial.com. So, that being said, this episode, honestly, God, is really simple. So, that should mean that this review is quick. But we'll see how it rolls out. Now, what I do want to say before I get started is that going back to the previous episode, when it pertains to the whole fan service scene that they hyped up, and I was reading aloud the comments from both guys and girls, or I should say men and women, whatever, doesn't matter. Females, males, you get my point. And a lot of the females, I think the majority was more or less, were annoyed, but it's not that much of a big deal. Because we've been following One Piece for a while, we're kind of used to it. So, I mean, that's what I've been getting. And actually, it was a lot of guys who were like, what the fuck is this? Like, yo, dog. Like, yo, but some dudes were, like, thirsty. Like, their thirst was on. Like, straight up Starburst for days. Like, they couldn't get enough. Like, taste the rainbow. Like, these dudes just couldn't stop. They were like, yo, I'm fapping right now. I'm like, dog, chill. What do you mean you're fapping? What do you mean you're fapping? You're watching my video. Like, what are you? Yo, dude, LGBT over here? Or are you talking about the Rebecca scene? Like, jeez. So, like random stuff like that. But the point here is that when it came to the females, because I wanted their opinions, dudes just be dudes, alright? Niggas be niggas, just doing stuff. But when it came to the females, it was pretty much, we're annoyed, but it's not a big deal, because we're used to it by now. And that's the way it is. So, I mean, do all shonen do it? No. I mean, if you look at something like Hunter x Hunter, I have yet to see any major fan service scenes. So, there are some characters who have exposing get-ups, but it's not, like, highlighted, you know? But, whatever, moving on. And someone did mention how, look at the change, and I've seen this too, like, when you compare the anime to what, even the artwork in the manga, when you compare it to what it was back in the day, and to what it is now, like, Nami's cup size just increases by the years. It's like, Jesus. So, they all do. So, but yeah, it is what it is. This episode, so back on track, episode 651. Basically, the episode is the flashback that comprises of Rebecca and her meeting the toy soldier for the first time, and basically him being the father figure in her life. And then you have a little bit of real time, just a tad sprinkle of real time, and you have Rebecca going over to the arena, since the arena has been fixed. And then you have Guts announcing her. The crowd gets riled up. Boos for days. Like, boo, 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 you thought, Rebecca, boo, boo. Like, old school Jeff Jarrett TNA. Like, whoa. Like, whoa, damn, boo, boo. Like, to the point where I'm pretty sure these people, if they had the arm strength, they would throw in stuff in the ring. Like, yeah, like, fuck you, man. Fuck you. Like bananas, tomatoes, the old school stuff. And Guts calls her the Phantom Princess. So what's that about? We'll see. But that's the episode, to be honest. Just those two things. Now, when it comes to the animation was actually decent through and through. It wasn't like last week where, oh well, it's gonna be majority shit, subpar at best, but we're gonna spike this up, like, yeah. It's like, what the fuck? Glossed over, like, what the fuck? But the animation in this episode was actually through and through decent. And you have the pacing where it's slow, as always. And hey, listen, man, I'm a critic. This is what I do. And even though it's the norm, I still gotta point it out. The pacing is slow. However, it's bearable. I will give it that. It is slow, yet bearable. And when it comes to the story progression, again, a spec because she's finally in the ring, and we learn that she's King Riku's granddaughter. But overall, that's it from that standpoint. And what I will say is that when it came to the flashback had its funny moments. Like, for example, Toy Soldier hitting the kids that were trying to give love letters to Rebecca. And you have the Toy Soldier just being, you know, like doing dad stuff. I'm not a dad, but he's just doing dad stuff in a comedic way because it's One Piece. And he's running over there like, Rebecca! 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 Like, that was funny. That was funny. And at the same time, you had sad moments, because the sad moments were, like, for example, Rebecca's mom being held by this toy, dead, and she went to get food for her, which is why you had Luffy ask her, aren't you hungry, before the flashback starts, last episode, and she obviously grits her teeth, I'm not hungry, or, like, I don't get hungry, because it reminds her of how her mom died. She was hungry, hadn't eaten in 2 days, wanted food. Mom went into somewhere and then got shot. So that's the way it went down. And of course, the main thing being the overthrowing of King Riku and how Flamingo takes over, and Flamingo's boys are trying to take out the nobility, even though you question why Rebecca is still alive. If Flamingo wanted her dead, Rebecca would be dead. There's no question about it. He'd come in there personally, bow-legged. This is my country, my world. He'd come in there, he'd come into pieces like, yeah. Over. Strings. So, why she's still alive, don't know. No idea. But we'll probably get an idea later on. And we find out that the Toy Soldier was the one who taught her combat, learned from him, and that's it. So overall, like, the episode, I think is okay. If you're actually touched by the emotional scenes, then so be it. Me, it's not a spoiler, but I'm hard-boiled. I'm hard-boiled. And because I'm hard-boiled, I don't get touched that easily. That sounded kind of weird. But let me just stop there. So, the thing here is that if you like the emotional scenes and they grabbed you, you get my point, right? Like, tell me you get my point. Seriously. You do. I know you do. Stop fucking me. I know you do. So, the point here is that episode overall, it's okay. Emotional, funny, decent animation, bearable pacing, a sprinkle of story progression, and that's pretty much it. Before I go, I do want to say one thing. There was a scene in the flashback where Diamante, he comes out of the darkness, like on some Brother Darkness type shit. Well, when I saw that scene, it immediately reminded me of It, the movie. And if you don't know, when I was a kid, I was horrified of clowns. I was horrified. Terrified. Absolutely terrified of clowns. And the way Diamante came out of the darkness, it reminded me of the It movie. I was like, oh no. Oh, the childhood terrors, man. The childhood horrors. Alright. So, I'm done. I just want to throw it out there. So, K Lightning, I will see you guys later. Rate, comment, subscribe. Have a nice night.